Peace to the Saints. We are addressing some questions that have come from our boss level patrons. Remember, if you're a boss level or an emperor level, you can share questions and you can also get DM responses. If you're not on that level, then you're not guaranteed a DM response, but we still love you, of course, because you're a part of the Assassin. We have Brandy here, who will be kind enough to A, read out the question, and B, help me as we think through and talk through the answer to the question. So the question from our boss level patron is...
Yes, it says, you never really talk about eye contact, and I feel that's something to talk about. Is being calm and not caring and not staring people down that are staring at you more alpha? Or is staring people down more alpha? I never put my head down, but I just ignore people, whether man or female. I feel a lot of people that do stare at people are just scared, so they try and act tough, and that a real alpha wouldn't bother and would just act calm and relaxed and ignore them. But at the same time, that could be viewed as a pussy beta bitch move.
A what?
A pussy beta bitch move.
Okay. So number one, I don't really use the term alpha because by definition, there can really only be one alpha in a given community or environment, and so many people want to be alpha, and just, if we're speaking accurately, it's not possible, right?
True.
In one environment, there's just one, and sometimes you don't know who it is till some shit pop off. So that's number one. I don't really use this terminology, but if we are talking alpha, do I think an alpha would have someone stare at them and then look away? No, I don't. What do you think?
No, I think you make the eye contact back, but it's not like a staring contest. You don't need to make it like a me versus you, like we're gonna, like, till we blink type thing.
Right.
That's necessary.
Right, this is not the third grade. Agreed. And so that's number one. If a guy's looking at you, there's nothing wrong with looking straight back at them. And also things are regionally determined. Like, for example, where I grew up in Los Angeles, if you come into an environment and someone is staring you down and you look away, you kind of seem like the guy in jail who's going to get fucked in the ass, right? That's kind of how they decide who's getting fucked in the ass, and it's going to be you. That's number one. Number two, if I see a woman who's attractive, I'm going to take a good look, you dig? And I'm going to let her know I'm looking. In fact, I think every now and then guys don't want to get busted looking at a female. I've heard some bad advice from a dating coach who will remain unnamed. He's like, yeah, you don't want her to catch you looking at her. You just want to look and look away. I think that's weirdo shit. If I think a woman's attractive, I'm going to take a good look and let her know, yeah, bitch, I'm looking at you. And then I'm going to come over and say what it do.
I think that's true. I think if you catch someone staring at you or vice versa, you make the move and be like, let them know, okay, I saw you staring at me, you saw me staring at you, like, let's take this a step further now.
Like, I noticed you noticing me.
Yeah, so like, okay. I'll give you like a head nod or like something where it's just awkward if you're just
looking. Do you ever just stare at a guy and just like, I'm going to go spit game at this guy?
No.
Now, getting back to this eye contact thing. So number one, if a man looks you dead in your eye and then you look away as though you're like skittish and scared and like he's a lion and you're an antelope, like, don't do that. Look that man straight back in the eye. You don't need to ice grill him or look like you're angry, but don't look away. I think it's weird. You see a woman, make that eye contact and go ahead and capitalize on it. Don't just look at her and then not do anything. That's weak if we're talking about, he called it a pussy beta
bitch move.
Pussy beta bitch move. Right, that's right. There you go. So in general, I'd say eye contact is powerful and seductive. And what you'll even notice with these masks is you really get to focus on a woman's eyes and you find that the eyes are very powerful. So use your eyes. Looking away is generally quite a weak thing. Mm-hmm. Any other thoughts on that?
Yeah, I just say if you catch someone staring at you, if you look away, that's not the right move. I think if you're going to talk about an alpha move, extending it one step further and like acknowledging the stare down between you two is the way to go.
Get to work. Mm-hmm. Let's read that question one more time. Make sure that we've honored this boss level member.
Yeah, so you never really talk about eye contact, and I feel it's something to talk about. Is being calm and not caring and not staring people down, staring at you more alpha, or is staring people down more alpha?
I think there's a lot of wisdom there in that there is so much pretend on the planet Earth. Most people pretend to be confident. They're not really confident. A lot of guys fake being tough guys. They're not really tough guys. And I can tell you, one, having gotten to hand-to-hand combat in the public, just in civilian life many times, but even in the boxing ring, find the guys who got all these tattoos and they look tough and they get in that boxing ring, man, they are like a real gummy bear, you dig? Soft and sweet. So I say that to say much of what you see in the world is fake and false, and people are putting on airs. So you're right about that. But undoubtedly, if everyone else is putting on airs, surely you ought not cower. If they're going to stick their chest out, well, turns out you got to stick your chest out twice as big, because one thing I can assure you of, especially if you're in an environment with aggressive individuals, when you look like you're sweet, they're going to try to get a taste of you, you dig? So that's my major piece of advice, and I've been through many hoods, whether it's Baltimore, Chicago, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Oakland, and I can name many more. So that is my closing advice for you, Saint. Do you have any closing words for the Saint?
No, I think, yeah, if you're talking about alpha versus not alpha, not staring back is going to be perceived as weaker. So if you're just looking to match energy, you got to stare back.
Done. Peace. Let us rise for the creed of the assassin. Wherever you are, say this with full conviction, knowing that this is true of you. Repeat after me, the creed of the assassin. I am going to be who I truly am, because I am remarkable.
I'm going to be who I truly am, because I am remarkable.
And I'm going to strive every moment to show the greatest part of who I am.
And I'm going to strive every moment to show the greatest part of who I am.